virtually his entire life with cameras, taking pictures and repairing cameras.
Camera doctor, Ed Jones, the professional shutterbug's best friend. Ed is one of the most sought-after camera repair specialists in the state, with a reputation that borders on wizardry.
It's a tough business to get into nowadays. Back when I started it was quite simple. The cameras were simple and you could kind of work your way into it, but there's not much in the way of a simple camera anymore. They're all a lot of electronics, a lot of test equipment required.
Ed earned his reputation downstate and moved up to the Grand Traverse County area about 10 years ago. Today he works out of his Williamsburg home, tinkering in his workshop, restoring the ineffective and defective cameras and getting them back into circulation.
I started dealing with Ed when he had a camera repair business down in Warren and used to UPS sick cameras down to Dr. Ed.
Most of my equipment has to be bought out of town, Detroit, Chicago, something of that nature. Yet the same equipment can be fixed, if broken, 5 miles away.
Not all of Ed's time is spent on camera repair. The pictures tell the story. Ed is an accomplished photographer, too. Having spent a lifetime with, and I suppose inside a camera, must conjure up at least one interesting story, huh, Ed?
These people called, I think, from Alpena or someplace, and they had this camera that they'd gotten in the water. And so they wanted to bring it over, so they come tearing over here with it. And I looked at it, and I said, so, you know, my first thought was it was like March. I said, boy, it's a little cold out for canoeing, you know. Well, this is what happened. He says, we dropped it in the toilet.
Ed said that he did revive the camera, and he did get it to work, but says that he has not worked on waterlogged cameras since, so he's sort of given that up.
I don't suppose he had any more of that story, did he?
No. He said that they were, actually his exact quote was, they were screwing around in the bathroom. That you're going to leave it up to your own device.
Being manufactured, they should be there picketing around the gun factories 24 hours a day.
Thank you, Mr. Loosemore. Mr. Yob?
Well, the labels and all that are fine, and the federal government intervention in it is fine, but we really, and I'm not opposed to any of that, but I think that it gets back to the family. I think that's the responsibility of the parents. I know it's tough. Like I said, I have 6 children and 10 grandchildren, so I understand how tough it is, but I think we can't let the parents off the hook on it. It's their responsibility, and they must carry the load.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yob. Time now for our final segment in the debate, and in this segment, each candidate has an opportunity to ask a question of one of the other candidates. We're calling for self-regulation. We ask you to make sure each candidate receives a question during this sort of round table. We begin with Ms. Conway, your question for one of your fellow candidates.